Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lula, and today I'm going to be sharing with you round one of my first real chess tournament in a year and a half. So I'm playing in the Lyon championnat in Lyon in France, and it is a 9-round tournament, 90-30, 2 rounds a day except for today because it was the first round. And today I was playing up because there's about 175 players, no accelerated pairings, so I played a 2100. I had the black pieces, and when you have the black pieces against the 2100 in round one, it's just a warm-up game, okay? I am like just under 1700. If I do well in this tournament, I could break 1700, which would be cool. We'll see how it goes. It's only round one. I had no prep. We got the pairings 2 minutes before, and even if I had prep, like, I don't know, if that would have helped me. But I didn't know what he was going to play. We have e4, e5. Why are the pieces moving so slowly? Why is it doing that? Why? Piece animations. Fast. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that's much better. And I played the French because I'm still not confident enough with e5 to play it against the 2100 in classical chess. And he played the classical French normal variation. And here I used to play the winner, and I used to die every time with bishop to b4, sorry. And so I played the classical variation, which you may have seen if you've watched my other tournament recaps. I think I've had it twice now in over the board chess, and I have had pretty much no practice since my last over the board chess tournament in this opening because nobody I know plays it, and I haven't really been playing much online rapid, so I didn't really learn anything since last time I played it, which great stuff when playing against 2100. So these are all just the normal theory moves, no questioning, these are just normal. And then here, the last move that I think I played correctly was a6, so this is the opening. And then my opponent played this move, knight e2, which I don't know if I've seen it before. I don't think I have. I think queen to e2, or queen to d2 is more normal. And so I didn't really know what this was. So I just played what I thought I was supposed to play normally, and I think normally, with queen to d2, you play b5. Yes, okay, Stockfish is agreeing with me, thank God. I didn't just hallucinate this. So yeah, I didn't really know, so I played b5, I just played it like it was normal. And you know what, Stockfish says it's okay, but I'm pretty sure this is not the move. Queen b6 is played in 43% of all games in this position, so it wasn't the move. I'm sorry if there's background noise. There is a tram outside my window, so that's just something we're going to have to deal with. But I played this as though it was the normal variation. And my opponent took, I took, and then they installed their knight very nicely on d4. And apparently I have low battery, so let's plug in. Everything's going so well. Honestly, at this point I hadn't clocked that anything was different from the last time I played the classical French, because it's been 2 years. But I played queen b6, which again is, the normal move in the normal line, not the normal move here. Here I should take because my opponent's going to play c3, and then taking is not so fun. So I should have taken once. But I didn't know that because usually you wait a little bit and then everything gets traded off, or usually white starts trading things off. I didn't know I was supposed to trade things off here. I didn't know if it was going to be premature. And then apparently b4, according to Stockfish, is that theory. There are no rated games in this position. Great. This is a totally new game, as Agad Mata would say. When did things become new? Around here. No? Around here. Okay, apparently taking is not the dumb thing in this position. But my opponent did. And it worked out for him, apparently, because I did not play the right move. I did, however, spend some time, and I did play the best move, which was b4. And okay, I don't know why I'm talking about agate matter so much, because I don't know, but I know he likes b4. I also like b4. For those of you who have been here a long time, you would know that I used to play 1b4, and so the fact that I found b4, I was like, oh yeah, b4. I wasn't really sure if it was good, but I knew that obviously he can't take, and like that if he pushed, I was very happy because I have like stuff on the diagonal. I was so hoping for this, but unfortunately my opponent was 2100, so yeah, that wasn't going to happen for me, not in this lifetime. So still, b4 is good. Bishop to d3, just pretending I didn't do anything, ignoring me. And here I wanted to play a5, and I wanted to play a5, bishop a6. Okay, this is kind of what I looked at, this maneuver to trade off the bishop. This is what Stockfish likes as well. But I didn't play that because I thought that maybe like something here was a bit spooky with queen a4. I don't really know why I thought this was spooky. Like I thought maybe if I tried to play this move, then there would be some like queen takes c6 stuff, which doesn't really work because this bishop is still hanging. Except Stockfish thinks that there is kind of a line here that is kind of real, and like you end up with equal material somehow. But like black is still a little bit better. So yeah, I guess we have the bishop. But it's weird, right? Okay, you can't be angry at me for thinking that things looked kind of suspicious about this move order with like bishop a6 here. Like everything's kind of like things are hanging and then things are not hanging and then this is pinned. But then, you know, it's just, I wasn't quite sure about the situation to be honest, but apparently this was possible and is what I should have gone for, but I didn't think that I could. I remember that I played a game in the classical French like 2 years ago in the London Chess Classic, and there was some nonsense going on with my uncastled king on the light squares, and I did not want to invite the same behaviors as last time. Unfortunately, this time it was fine. But this didn't happen. This is not the universe we live in. I played bishop to b7 because I'm a coward. And I'm still hoping that they'll play c4. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. My opponent castles. And if I castle, I lose the game on the spot, by the way. Just great gift. So I love playing the French. You know, I love the French, right? We all love playing the French. Excellent opening. No, yeah. So I can't castle. So I play rook c8 because I have no idea what to do in this position whatsoever. Like, I genuinely was sitting looking at my position like, I can't castle. I don't know if a5 is good or not, or bad. I don't know if the c-file will open or not, but it's semi-open, so maybe I'll put a rook on it. I didn't know if I should trade things in the center. Trading things in the center is actually not recommended right now. Like, pretty much everything, like, trading is bad because of c takes, which I was kind of aware of, that I didn't want c takes. Whole idea of b4. But I still, like, I sat with this position for a long time and I was like, I don't have any clue of what to do. I had like a vague idea of playing like g6 and then knight to e7. Like, let's just say that white does nothing. Like, I thought maybe I could play like, and put my horsey here. Apparently this is really, really, really bad for me. Okay, so apparently that's not what I should do. I thought that this looked okay for me with g takes and having the open file, but good things didn't happen, I guess, because apparently this is really, really, really bad for me. Oh, it's because there's knight takes f5 at the end. But could I not have just taken that pawn with the queen? Yes. And then what? Okay. b4, and I have to trade my bishop. Okay. I didn't see any of this over the board. But honestly, okay, what do I have? Just a bad bishop? My knight is not great, but yeah. Okay, well, good thing this didn't happen because this is also very bad for me, apparently. I really thought that on the king side that would have been okay for me. But even if white gives me 5 free turns, it's not okay for me. And that's exactly what it's like to play the French. So, I really didn't know what to do. I also was terrified that if I played g6 in this position, that maybe at some point, like, okay, I know it's not possible right now, but I was afraid of knight h2, like let's say I just do nothing, knight h2. I'm really sorry I'm using a trackpad for this, so this is just the reality I'm living in. And that the knight would somehow end up on f6. Now I know right now I can take with my knight, right now, but maybe not forever. So I was just worried about the long-term weakening of the f6 square, which I don't think is an entirely unhinged thought when you're putting every single pawn you have on light squares, right? And you have the world's worst light squared bishop. Like, this is best, but there are so many arguments, logical arguments for why it shouldn't be good. So I didn't play it, even though I thought about it. And it turns out I thought about it for the wrong reasons. It's not anything to do with putting the knight here. It's just so you don't die from f5. Foreshadowing. So I played rook c8. The rook does not have any business on c8. I wonder if I should have, like, this probably would have been better, you know? Castling probably would have been better. +2, rook c8, also +2, plus 1.8. Honestly, it turns out my move is like almost as bad as having had played long castles, which... It sucks that, like, okay, every move is kind of bad for me here. Like, it says it's just +1, but actually, like, any move, when you let the engine think for long enough, is like worse than +1. I still need to go for this a6 idea here. I don't know. I was worried that, like, it wasn't, I don't know what I was worried about. Like, I thought about it, but anyway, I already explained why I didn't like it, and I talked myself out of the only good move. Okay, moving on. Talked myself out of every good move in this game. Rook c8, king h1 was played. I don't really know why, I guess due to tactics on the bishop with check. And here I played h6, and the reason I played h6 was because I genuinely had literally no idea of what I could do in this position. I considered a5, but again, I was just like, well, what is going on here with the pieces and the light squares and the uncastled king? But I was looking at the wrong side of the board clearly, because f5 is coming. I just kind of thought that I was weakening here, and I was already weak here, and then I was going to be weak everywhere. But I should have played this. And I also should have played g6, best move here, again. Thought about it, and decided against it. Yeah. So I played h6, because I was like, well, maybe it won't be so bad, because not all pawns on light square, not weakening f6 square, you know? You're kind of, like, you understand, right? Mr. Dodgy after the game told me that g6 is thematic. Now, I would probably know that if I had played this opening more than 3 times and had seen games in it. But I think I've seen one game in it that wasn't played by me. It really just doesn't come up very often until you travel to play a chess tournament, and then suddenly it is the only opening anyone ever plays. I should have learnt my lesson by now, that this is played at every single chess tournament. Haven't learnt my lesson. Great, excellent, good for me. Anyway, we all know h6 is bad, but we all know that my position was already bad, and that I didn't know what to do with it. So my opponent played queen e1. I was like, okay, don't really know what we're doing there. Obviously, it has a very obvious reason why my opponent is playing queen e1 that I just didn't really understand for no apparent reason. And here I was like, things are looking a bit spooky for me. I was like, they're lining their queen up with my king. I was like, they're putting pressure over here too. I was like, what if they sacrifice on e6? Because, like, there were many points where I was like, ooh, what if they're gonna, like, start sacrificing here? And they didn't do it, but, like, I thought about it. I'm sure he thought about it too. I'm sure that was all he was thinking about. It was like, how can I sacrifice my knight? So here I was like, okay, I'm afraid of the knight. I'm gonna trade. Obviously, a horrible moment to trade. Bishop e7. By this point, I've used most of my time against the 2100. There is no time control. And here, f5 just kind of wins on the spot, unfortunately for me. I thought I would have time here to play the bishop a6 idea. I was like, oh my gosh, I really should have played the bishop a6 idea earlier. I'm going to play it now. Except now, it's too late. It's too late for me. It's too late for me. There's no time to play bishop a6. Because if bishop a6 is played, then, like, I don't know, it's just, like, okay, first of all, they're going to come in here and take everything that I know and love. So I was like, how do I defend g7 first? And I thought about many different ways to defend g7. I was like, well, maybe I can play here, but then, there's a tactic of bishop takes h6. I was like, maybe I can play king f8, but then I thought king f8 was terrifying because the rook is here, and then the pawn, and then the pieces are coming, they can sacrifice things. So I played the worst option, bishop f8, because when you have 4 terrible options, always play the worst one. Apparently bishop f8 is excellent, according to the engine, which tells you a lot about my position. And now queen to h3, best move, and we're just, piling up on e6. And this is why this bishop doesn't belong here, because the bishop could have been a defender if it was on d7, but then also this knight goes to d7, and I had no idea how to move this knight from d7. And Stockfish still hasn't explained that to me. So, yeah, I should have tried to trade off this bishop sooner. That wouldn't have actually helped me, though, with the e6 situation. I still would have had, issues, I suppose. And, yeah, here I was like, I think I should probably resign the game. But it was move 19, so I didn't really want to resign the game, because I thought it would be kind of lame and embarrassing. Not that this game isn't lame and embarrassing. But, I played this move. Excellent move. Rook g8. Now I should have just played bishop back to e7. It's actually the best move, which is really funny. Just give my opponent a free move, essentially. But I don't really know why I played rook g8. At this point I was kind of like, well, everything loses, because everything does lose. And here I still wanted to play this move, but it's actually not possible here, because after f takes, I will just lose a piece, because they can trade the queens. I lose the bishop. So, and if this, then there will be probably just bishop g6, and they don't actually have to trade, and I don't get to take their yummy rook either. So yeah, there was no time for this. Apparently it's still the best move, even though it loses. Everything loses though. But I had decided it was not playable, so I played another move that was not playable for no apparent reason. So check anyway, bishop to f7, which, to be fair, I actually didn't see before. I was like, oh, that's quirky. Takes my yummy free pawn, and I was like, things are starting to look rough for me over here. On d8. Bearing in mind there was no good time to castle my king, I just didn't trade this bishop off at the right moment. And like, it sounds crazy for me to say that because I didn't play a5 and trade off my bishop, that's pretty much why I'm being like mated right now. This, and okay, h6 was a bad move, but g6 I should have played. Okay, so it's so easy though to just like die in the French. It's so easy to just be checkmated. Okay, so I have to defend the horsey somehow. I feel, yeah, I mean, knight g5, I had seen these ideas coming from a mile away. That's why I moved the rook initially, because big problems. Nothing I can do about the incoming fork. So I run away. Rook ac1, of course. My bishop is now pinned. It is now no longer defending the knight. Everything is falling apart. So I'm like, okay, take my rook with your horse. I will defend my knight with my other rook. And then he played this move, which I didn't really know why he played. But I guess it just wins quickly. He can also play like bishop takes pawn. I thought maybe he could also play rook f7, because that pretty much just wins on the spot as well. Like, there's no way I can defend the situation. I'd actually told myself if he played rook f7, I would just resign. Don't worry, it's over soon. So he sacks the rook for the exchange, and then he takes. So he's up a piece at the end of that, and I resigned because he's up a piece and my king is going nowhere, and I have literally no counterplay of any kind, and I don't think that that is unreasonable. You can tell me if you think I should have resigned sooner, probably, but yeah, it was not a good game for me, but at the same time, like, I really just didn't understand anything about the position. Clear misunderstanding of the position already. I misplayed the opening because apparently what I played wasn't the real opening. Okay, I like, the problem is like I knew what I was supposed to do. I just talked myself out of it with things that weren't like real, which if you've been here a while you probably know is the theme of every game I've ever played in my life. So yeah, anyway, that was round 1 of the tournament. So hopefully tomorrow I won't be playing a 2100. Did you just hear that really loud motorcycle outside? I'm sure you did. Hopefully tomorrow I'm not playing 2100 because I don't want to get stepped on again. But I should be playing somebody else who has 0 points, so probably somebody closer to my rating range. Hopefully I'm not playing down. That's also bad. But beggars can't be losers can't be choosers, more like. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this recap. I don't know when these recaps will come out. I'm filming them as the games go on, but I don't have an editor and I cannot edit them whilst I'm away because I do not have the editing software on my laptop. So, and I don't have any time because there's a double round days every day. So yeah, wish me luck in the rest of the tournament. I will see you in my next recap. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye guys.